And now, the news in details. The federal government on Thursday assured operators of the oil and gas sector as well as other stakeholders that the petroleum industry bill would be signed soon into law by the President Muhammadu Buhari. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipre Silva, who gave the assurance in Abuja, stated that the bill would be signed into law because it would ensure openness in the oil sector. Silva disclosed this when the Board of Trustees of Corruption Reporters, led by Yunusa Tanko, gave him an award for championing an anti-corruption fight by promoting transparency in the petroleum industry. The non-passage of the PIB, which dragged for about 15 years, was halted last week Thursday after both chambers of the National Assembly passed the bill that, according to experts, would further unlock the potential in Nigeria's oil sector. Commenting on the bill after receiving the Anti-Corruption Award, Silva said the PIB, which has been passed by the National Assembly, would be signed into law very soon. Aside from the bill, the minister stated that the government had also adopted other measures to enhance transparency in governance and address corruption. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has confirmed the case with the highly transmissible COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 Delta variant, also known as lineage B.1.617.2. The head of communications NCDC, Dr. Yahaya Disu, who announced the development in a statement on Thursday, said the variant was detected in a traveler to Nigeria following the routine travel test required of all international travelers and genomic sequencing at the NCDC National Reference Laboratory in Abuja. According to Disu, the Delta variant is recognized by the WHO World Health Organization as a variant of concern given its increased transmissibility. He said the variant, which has been detected in over 9 countries, is expected to spread to more countries, has also been linked to a surge in cases in countries where it is the dominant strain in circulation, even as there are ongoing studies to understand the impact of the variant in existing vaccines and therapeutics. Disu, however, stated that given the high transmissibility of the Delta variant and following its detection in Nigeria, the NCDC urged all Nigerians to ensure strict adherence to public health and social measures in place. The Corps Marshal Federal Safety Corps, Dr. Baboy Oyeyemi, has ordered the commencement of computer-based tests for fresh applicants of the National Driver's License. This was contained in a statement released on Thursday yesterday. Meanwhile, Corps Public Education Officer Bisi Kazim, who revealed that the introduction of the computer-based test is to ensure conformity with globally acceptable standards on driver's training and the urgent need to tackle high level of road traffic crashes occurring as a result of human factors, since these factors contribute more than 75% of road traffic crashes in Nigeria. Oyeyemi therefore called on the various state government to expedite action by ensuring that the state motor licensing authorities key into this life-saving program, as driving schools have been mandated to ensure compliance with immediate effect. He also advised state government to ensure CBT is compulsory for all applicants before driving tests are done. You're still listening to the news at 10 on T-Solid Radio. Still to come is the foreign and sports news. Do remember that you can download our app T-Solid on Play Store. Log on to www.tsolid.com You can as well follow us on our social media platforms, all at T-Solid Radio TV. And now to some foreign stories. The United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF has signed an agreement with Janssen Pharmaceutical NV to supply up to 220 million doses of the J&J single-dose vaccine to all 55 member states of the African Union AU by the end of 2022. UNICEF stated in a statement issued on Thursday in New York that some 35 million doses are yet to be delivered by the end of this year. The agreement between UNICEF and Janssen Pharmaceutical NV will help implement the Advanced Purchase Commitment APC signed between the African Vaccine Acquisition Trust AVAT and Janssen last March. Under the plan, the African Export-Import Bank, Afrexim Bank, and AVAT have signed a cooperation agreement on behalf of the AU for the development of an Advanced Procurement Commitment APC framework to support member states' access to COVID-19 vaccines. The Kenya Medical Research Institute, KEMRI, has announced it will soon have access to the UK's unique platform to analysis at the COVID-19 virus. Through the UK's new variant assessments platform program, the Research Institute will have access to the UK's reagents and equipment to increase in-country sequencing, technical advice and training. It will also go a long way in identifying different mutations of the virus circulating in the community. However, UK High Commissioner to Kenya, Jane Marriott, says the partnership will strengthen the relationship between the two countries. Sydney is reported to face harsher COVID-19 restrictions after a surge in cases showed current measures had not worked to stop the spread of the virus. Australia's largest city reported 44 new cases today and said a high number of people in the community had been exposed. Residents are banned from travelling more than 10 kilometers from their homes, as outdoor exercise is limited to groups of two and only one person from each household can go grocery shopping. Funeral gatherings have also been limited to just 10 people, as the New South Wales state government has today acknowledged the rule was shocking, but said the increased numbers of cases after the city was put on lockdown on June 26th had made it necessary. Sydney-siders were hoping to exit the lockdown on July 17th, while Exports says the state government may need to extend the lockdown. The United Nations Security Council members have backed the African Union AU's mediation efforts on the now dam row between Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt. The members on Thursday asked that the three countries resume negotiations, which have yielded little progress since they began a decade ago. The United States ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, said the negotiations should be held under the leadership of the African Union and should recommence with urgency. She added that a balanced and equitable solution to the filling and operation of the Nile Dam can be reached with political commitment from all parties. The European Union, however, said the African Union-led talks needed to be intensified, adding that it was ready to support the negotiations as observers working with the United Nations and the United States. And finally, to the exciting world of sports, this morning, Japan's Olympic minister announced on Thursday yesterday that spectators will be banned from Olympics venues in Tokyo due to a virus state of emergency, meaning the games will happen mostly behind closed doors. Tamayo Marukawa said after talks involving local and national government officials, organizers, Olympic and Paralympic chiefs, they have reached an agreement on no spectators at venues in Tokyo, while most Olympics competitions will happen in Tokyo, but a few events will be held outside the Japanese capital. Marukawa added that in other areas, organizers will determine or decide on concrete measures for spectators after discussions with each local governors. Now, the public has already been asked to stay away from the marathon, which is being held in the northern Hokkaido region to beat Tokyo's summer heat. The spectator decision comes after Japan's government said on Thursday that Tokyo would be under a virus state of emergency from July 12th to August 22nd. Nigeria's basketball teams to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, the Tigress and the Tigers, will miss the send-off ceremony at the Presidential Villa next Monday due to COVID-19 and travel restrictions from the United States. Minister of Youth and Sports Development Sunday Dare had, during the departure of the first batch to Japan on Tuesday, said the team would be hosted by the President Muhammadu Buhari next Monday prior to the departure the following day. It was gathered that both teams, who are currently preparing for the Olympics game in California and Atlanta respectively, would miss the ceremony due to COVID-19 and travel to the United States. The Tigers play United States of America, France, and Japan in Group B in the women's event in Tokyo, while the Tigers clash with Australia, Germany, and Italy in Group B in the men's event, while hosts Japan, Nigeria, United States of America, France, Spain, and Australia are the only countries with their male and female teams featuring at the Olympics Games billed for July 23rd to August 8th. And with that, I've come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. Buhari will sign PIB into law soon, says federal government. FRSE begins CBT for new driver's license applicants. UNICEF to supply African Union states with 220 million COVID-19 vaccines. And in the world of sport, you heard spectators banned from Olympics venues in Tokyo. Do ensure to go by all precautionary measures to stay safe from COVID-19 as recommended by the WHO and NCDC. Do remember that you can download our app T-Solid on Play Store, log on to www.tsolid.tv. You can as well follow us on our social media platforms, all at T-Solid Radio TV. The news was compiled by Akachi Chijioke. I am Mobola Badekale. Good morning and thank you for listening.